If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. Yet, if you provide that man with a net, he can feed an entire village and provide wealth for his family. Hi, I'm Dylan Newland, and I'm going to show you a new solution to help people of poverty reach prosperity. In the past year, two entrepreneurs have found a way to lower the rate of poverty. These two businessmen, Kevin Lowther and Trip Kreitz, have created a micro-franchise business called Poverty Dignified, in which provides the products and services that are needed in the world. But what is Poverty Dignified?
Poverty Dignified is a pathway out of poverty into dignity by creating jobs and bringing products and services to a community to change their lives. We're a publicly traded company, so we are 100% for-profit company, but all the while doing good in third world countries with micro-franchise businesses. We have several micro-franchise businesses, and one right now that was developed in South Africa that's being launched throughout the entire continent of Africa. It's called My Power Solutions.
The micro-business franchises not only create jobs, but provide other needs for the community, such as electricity, food, clean water, clothing, and education. And with Poverty Dignified, they can create different franchises for each and every one of these needs, like My Power Solutions.
My Power Solutions is our first local energy franchise in the world that also brings products and services to them in the form of a content management system. So think of the Apple Store, but more for rural communities as a poor man's Apple Store, so they can download products such as music, entertainment, education on mini tablets. We provide those to the rural population so they can now uplift their life and have products and services improve their lifestyle.
A lot of people who are struggling with poverty have created dependencies on charitable foundations to where they can no longer live on their own and provide for themselves. So what is the solution to solving the problem of dependencies in third world countries? And how can they create the products that they need on their own?
Well, what we do with My Power Solutions and its micro-franchise concept, My Power Solutions, is we're able to go into these third world countries and we're able to empower people with jobs. And so we're able to teach them entrepreneurial skills that they need in order to rise up out of the conditions that they're in. The people in the third world countries are in the state that they're in because they have been, there's dependencies there. People have come in meaning well and they give them things, and so they have not been accustomed to having to work and to grow and to develop. And so that charitable model or that charitable concept has created dependence. Whereas when we go into an area, we bring up opportunity, we bring up jobs. So like for instance, our franchise concept with My Power Solutions, when we set one of these franchise units down in a rural area in Africa, we create 12 jobs. So we're immediately putting people to work. And so through that, they're able not only to earn income and be able to provide for their family and then thus spend that money in the local economy to stimulate it, but they're also learning entrepreneurial skills. They're learning how to run a business. They're learning how to develop, to grow a business. And so these skills that they're learning in order to operate in the jobs that have been created for them are skills now that they can use anywhere. So they've now moved out of a mindset of someone giving me something into a mindset of now I am empowered, I know how to work, I have skills that I can use from now on, so I never have to be dependent on anyone else for my future.
Children in third world countries do not get to have the same education as many of the children get to have in the US. For this reason, many of the people are uneducated and cannot read or write. So how can we educate these people so that they can work for the services to help their community?
We're directly employing people into jobs, as Trent just mentioned. And from that, we're training them into entrepreneurship training. From that, we're bringing products into the community through that mini tablets, such as a poor man's Apple Store. So now they have the means to learn about different things as far as learning how to run businesses, having an education so we can teach people from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade and a world-class education on a mini tablet to improve their lives that way. That's first. Second, we teach them skills, job skills, on how to exactly run a business or how to be an employee, so they go through job training through that process. So with that, it changes the individual. With that, it changes the community by, one, employing people in that community, two, bringing products and services to enhance the lives of the community, and through the economy, because we're creating jobs, that jobs is now stimulated by their spending with other means to be able to buy other things in that community too. So we're really affecting the economy. Another part of the way we affect the economy is in these third world countries, with our mobile energy, we bring batteries into that area so they can charge their cell phones. So a lot of the people that have cell phones, which by the way is 3/4 of the population of Africa, 735 million cell phone subscribers out of 1.1 billion people. So with 65% of the country not having energy, some people are walking literally 3 days round trip travel just get their cell phones charged so they could use it for commerce. Meaning the cell phone is more than just talking like we're doing right now on the cell phone. What it means is that they use it as their bank, they use it as their checkbook or credit card. They take cash that they have, they go to a local agent. So let's say, for instance, in Kenya, they pay money, they give money to a M-Pesa agent. An M-Pesa agent puts credits on their cell phone. M-Pesa stands for money, Pesa Swahili, or M is for mobile, Pesa is Swahili for money. So they have mobile money, so they can now text from their cell phone to be able to buy products and services and goods. Food, pay for their rent, pay for kerosene fuel for their house. 40% of GDP in Kenya went through the cell phone. So without the means to be able to have their cell phone charged up, they can't even buy anything. They can't even provide products and services for the family. So we directly affect the economy by allowing people to directly have their phone charged so they can use it as a monetary base.
One of the main problems that third world countries face is they have no means to stabilize their economy. But with My Power Solutions, they can help stabilize an economy by providing a sustainable income.
It helps stabilize the economy in a sense by they could utilize their cell phones to use it for dispersing money so they can buy things with it. So the jobs help stabilize the economy also. So both those items are very important in these third world countries.
Charitable foundations were made to assist people in their time of need, in which they will provide the products for these people. But when these people are being given everything for free, with no work or no motivation, they start becoming dependent on these organizations.
There's a need for nonprofits in the world to do some good. So they could bring medicine into impoverished areas to help them with some medical conditions, people that are sick. But for the most part, let's look at the history over the last 10 years. $3.3 trillion has gone into Africa between Europe and the United States and Asia to help Africa come out of its dependency and out of its aspect of poverty, a poverty condition. All what that has done is created more of a dependency for that money. They're not having to go out and work for a job. They're not having to go out and look for work at all. They're just relying upon somebody giving them food, giving them water, giving them clothing, giving them everything that they need. So they're not even going out looking for anything. So that right there creates an aspect of dependency. With a for-profit business or a business that actually goes in there to create jobs, you're really teaching people how to provide for themselves. You're teaching people how to actually become active and learning how to run businesses, how to sustain for themselves, and not just take something as a gift. What we do is each one of the franchises that are involved, there's a mandate within the corporate structure that 10% of the money has to go back into the community. So as revenue is generated within that business, we've developed relationships with the ecosystem. So the school system out there, the police departments out there, small businesses, other
ecosystem development, we give back to that community that helped set up that ecosystem. So that ecosystem out there helped us identify candidates that could run that business, that can be employed to be field representatives. At that same time, we give money back to that community to enhance that community, to improve their lives, and to do things to enhance their environment situation. What we have is every time we sit down a franchise into an area, one franchise directly affects employing 12 people in that area. That franchise delivers energy for 500 customers. A customer is a family of 5, so we directly affect the lives of 2,500 people by having energy to charge their cell phones, to have clean LED lighting, and also have music downloads, educational downloads, and everything really to enhance their lives that we take for granted in the United States. So a lot of people really don't have the means to improve their lives except for what happens in the local community by listening to stories or talking to each other. But there's nothing really to change lives out there in a way that we're accustomed to in the United States in the education system. So we directly affect 2,500 lives every time we put this franchise into place. Our business model right now with our Director of Operations, we're looking at putting in 6,200 franchises, 6,200 franchises over the next 4 years. What that does is that employs 62,000 people directly with the business and affecting 15 million lives in a better condition of life. So in a matter of 4 years' lives, our business is directly going to affect 15 million people and employing 62,000 directly, which then that money starts to get dispensed in the economy and starts to create more jobs. So not only do we have people that work for the business, but we also have manufacturing that we set up. We also have other products and services that we're buying from the community, buying from other areas. So really, the ancillary aspects as far as jobs is again about 50% more. So we're really about employing 100,000 people per 6,000 franchises we put into place. That's pretty powerful. So with that statistic, you're really changing the economy of a country at that point.
Charities are not able to create sustainability because they rely on donations. But is it possible to create a sustainable income with Poverty Dignified?
Dylan, I do believe that they can create a sustainable income for them. And I'll tell you a couple of statistics here. Down in South Africa, I'll give you an example. We were waiting at a hotel. We had a waiter there that had been there for 10 years. And he was making per month only $300. He was the head waiter after 10 years. And so when we put down these franchise units in these rural areas that employ the 12 people per franchise, 10 of those 12 people are what we call field representatives. And these field representatives, Dylan, they go out into their area, their community, and they represent 50 customers each. Now, they are performance-based employees. And what that means is that they have a task to perform, a job to perform. We're not just giving them money. They have to work and they have to prove and give results in order to earn the money that is available. And they do that by downloading certain songs or books or materials onto their mini tablet. They also do that by communicating with the people about educational content that we have and downloading the education, say for first grade or second grade or whatever the family needs are. And so as they are working per month, they can earn anywhere from $300 to $600 or $700 a month. So the earning potential that these people have now is equal to someone who's been working 10 years in a fine hotel and is a head waiter, but they can literally double that income that person has been working 10 years for and is the head waiter in a hotel if they perform their job responsibilities. So the services that these people provide, every single month people are using our downloads, they are using our educational content, they're using our batteries to recharge their phones. And so because they're continually using our products and services on a monthly basis, that same earning potential is there month after month for our employees, creating that sustainable income that can not only impact their lives, but also can help to change a community and stimulate an economy.
So we're really helping both ways. The community and the ecosystem helps identify employees that would be great candidates to run the business. We set them through the training academy. They get trained in the business. They work for the business. They provide an income for themselves. We pay them. At the same time, we're giving money back to that ecosystem that helped us establish that relationship with the employees. And we're really, synergistically helping each other.
Already, Poverty Dignified has created 4 micro-business franchises that are being launched in South Africa, in which other countries are looking into licensing the rights to develop these micro-business franchises to create sustainable employment and to provide the products and services for these countries.
Well, some of the micro-franchise concepts that we've created so far, of course, one is My Power Solutions. We have another concept called My Education. And My Education is similar to the way that we have manufactured the My Power Solutions container, in that it is a 40-foot container that inside has been manufactured to be able to be a classroom. So we have places where students can sit, they can plug in their devices and be charged with our solar power on top. And then up front, we have a large screen TV where they can learn from either videos or live teaching from even the States with teachers that are teaching. We also create a classroom environment to teach, all day long, every hour, on the hour. And at night, we're able to train people that are adults for vocational skills. We also have another concept called My Clinic. And Dylan, the My Clinic is a real powerful concept that we are able to set up in these rural areas and provide medical services, basic medical services for the people out there. Vaccinations, cuts, those kinds of things. And then we also have another concept that is called My Farm. My Farm is what we do is we have 2,500 customers out there in the rural areas. And from that, we can provide a business model that co-op farming enterprise with them, meaning that these people are going to do the work, and we're going to provide them the products that enable them to start farming. So in an area for a family of 5, it takes the average size of a garage door for a family home. So the size of a garage door, imagine having a garden center that large, that for $5.10 with the seed strips, people can plant those gardens, never knowing how to farm before, and grow enough food to sustain the family of 5 for the entire year for $5.10.
Many people do not have hope in third world countries because they do not see their lives improving. And America's first solution, which was charitable foundations, aren't able to maintain the hope they had created before. Can Poverty Dignified and these micro-business franchises be the final solution to keep the hope and end poverty?
What I believe is that we have a catalyst for change. Are we the solution for change? Absolutely not. But we're definitely the start and the catalyst to be able to make this happen. So there's other smaller businesses that are out there that are trying to make this happen, but they're on an individual basis. And they affect individual areas, but there's nothing that's been produced that can create a system change, which means that we can replicate this model over and over again, create sustainability in every to put it into place to really do affect that change. So that franchise model is very important model to replicate, duplicate, and to manage it so that success can happen, a multitude of times. So that's really the basis of the franchise model. It's really the basis of a catalyst for change. But are we the change? No, we're a change in there. But it's a significant change. Employing significant amount of people with the products and services, significantly changing their lives. So that's what we believe as a corporation that is.
The poverty out there is largely due to the mindset, the way that the people are thinking down there. The people down there have been suppressed or oppressed for so long. The government is corrupt. They've pushed the people down. They've kept them out of being able to be educated. And so the people really have a a hopeless feeling. They've grown up in poverty. Their parents grew up in poverty. They see no possible change on the horizon. And so there's a lot of hopelessness down there. So when we're able to go into a place and we have many tablets that we can put educational content on there, where we can put motivational content on there, where we can put books where they can look for various subjects and learn skills that they don't have. And when we can put on there that, scriptures and sermons that can teach them that God has a purpose for your life and that there are things that you can do and all you have to do is develop and learn, then we believe that their minds will be a paradigm shift there. They'll stop thinking about the conditions that they've been put in and they'll start rising up feeling empowered to make a change in their situations. And so we really feel like on that standpoint of being able to change the way that they view not only themselves but the surroundings, that they can change and that prosperity can come in and poverty can be eradicated. And I'll close with this. That's the whole heartbeat of Poverty Dignified. Poverty Dignified was birthed to take poverty situations and turn them into dignified conditions.
3 years ago, Grace found herself in the midst of a dramatic life change when she lost her husband to cancer. Living in the middle of the Kibera slum in Nairobi, she did various small jobs to support herself and her 4 young children. Her main source of income was washing clothes. She barely earned enough money to get by. On the night that Poverty Dignified team first met Grace, she was preparing dinner for her children with only a small kerosene flame burning. Grace was given a solar-powered light. The light filled her entire house. Grace is one of the 7 women who started Poverty Dignified store in Nairobi, Kenya. Grace has seen the power of the business, and with that, she has rebuilt her life. The time has come for micro-business franchises in Africa. The time has come for micro-business franchises in third world countries. The time has come to stop poverty, to begin the process of ending poverty. And that is what the micro-business franchises will start. Because micro-business franchises have more power to reduce poverty compared to charity foundations.